Bienvenidas. So welcome. Here we are going to start a lesson on ER and IR verbs. ER and IR verbs are two of the three types of verbs that you will learn. We've already looked at the first, and this is a list that we'll get to towards the end of the lesson, where we'll see how do I turn beber, which is to drink, into I drink, or he drinks. And it's that changing of the endings that we're going to look at. So let's do a quick review of what we did with AR verbs to make sure we're all on the same page. So we looked at AR verbs in Unit 1, and AR verbs all follow this pattern. Sorry, all regular verbs follow this pattern. For example, with yo, you would take the verb estudiar, chop off the AR and add an O for yo to say I study, yo estudio. For estudias would be you study, and again, you chop that off and add it. And that will work for every AR verb that is regular. For example, hablar would turn into yo hablo and tú hablas. So that's your review. In Spanish, most verbs are regular and most verbs are AR. Some verbs are ER and IR, and those will be helpful as well. Lots of verbs, I should say, are ER and IR. So that's this list here. So this page, you'll find a lesson and an introduction to it. Here, we're going to see what the pattern is for ER and IR verbs in the present tense. So comer is the verb to eat, and escribir is the verb to write. Notice the first conjugation is exactly the same as AR. Yo como, yo escribo. So that would be I eat and I write. Tú comes, tú escribes. Notice that these endings are the same. If we zoom out a little bit, you'll notice that, well, most of the endings are the same. Take a look for a second and see if you can identify how many different endings are in the list.